know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna bull you guys. I was with him yesterday at from 5 to 6:30. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get off probation and out of Cleveland. There's gonna be people talking about me for the boom. He jammed me up.
May 2nd, 2023, Cleveland, Ohio. It's an ordinary Tuesday afternoon when a 911 call comes in that will lead police to one of the most disturbing discoveries in the city's recent history. A woman has just left a local store where she encountered a terrified stranger, someone so hysterical and scared that she couldn't ignore what she heard. The stranger told her something chilling. A woman is tied up in someone's basement, being held against her will. The caller doesn't know if it's true. She doesn't know the person who told her. But she knows one thing. She won't be able to sleep tonight if she doesn't report it. Even if it turns out to be nothing, even if it's just the ramblings of someone in distress, she has to call. Because what if it's real? What if someone is actually suffering, waiting for help that might never come?
Hysterical and scared and stuff or whatever. I don't know where she went to, but she said that this lady was supposed to be tied up in this basement. Now, I'm only calling because I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight knowing that somebody might be tied up, even if it is a lie or whatever. I kind of believe her because the way she was scared. Like, no, she didn't say anything.
Cleveland police officers are dispatched to the address immediately. They have no idea what they're walking into. Is this a legitimate emergency? A misunderstanding? A false alarm from someone experiencing a mental health crisis? As they approach the residence, they can hear loud music coming from inside. They knock on the door, ready for anything.
Police!
But what they're about to encounter will test every instinct they have as law enforcement officers.
There's music coming from the back. Hello?
Officers knock repeatedly for 3 full minutes. Finally, Delonte Edmund Geiger opens the door, and immediately everything feels wrong. He's defensive, erratic, demanding they leave. "You're making my spot hot," he says. He claims he's a confidential informant, that their presence is endangering him. He demands they turn off their cameras and refuses to give his name.
She made a complaint that says somebody was in the basement and they were injured.
Man, y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta go.
Well, I gotta ask. I mean, because you're making me...
No, sir. No, sir.
Well, you're making me a little suspicious now.
When officers explain they received a complaint about someone held in the basement, his response is forceful. "Hell no, bro, y'all gotta go." More units arrive. Delonte grows more agitated.
Did you have a female here earlier that was a white female in a black coat?
Hell no, bro.
All right, well, here's the complaint.
When asked if anyone's tied up downstairs, he says no. When asked to look, he refuses. "Because I say so." He drops Detective Smith's name as his handler and offers his social security number as proof.
And I got 5 cars out here.
All right.
Y'all about to get me killed out this.
Well, why are you acting this way?
You understand why I'm acting this way, dude? No.
If we have to call Detective Smith and say, "Hey, do you think this guy would have a girl tied up in his basement?"
He's gonna say no.
Officers notice scratches on his hands and loud music blasting inside. Finally, he allows a brief basement search.
Can I smoke? My nerves if needed. My nerves are really bad. Let's get out of the ring.
Officers find nothing, no victim, no evidence. But as they leave, they know something is deeply wrong here. The officers' instincts prove correct. That same evening, another call comes in, and this one is even more alarming. A woman contacts police with a horrifying story. She says that Delonte showed her photographs on his phone, images of a woman being tortured, zip-tied to a chair, clearly in distress and pain. And then he made a threat. He told her that he would do the same thing to her. She would be next.
He stabbed her in the right arm, and he beat her so bad she couldn't open her eyes. But he said he kept feeding her crack to keep her alive, and he beat her for 3 hours and then murdered her.
This changes everything. Now police have a credible, specific threat and evidence of a possible crime. They return to Delonte's house at midnight, armed with enough information to conduct a thorough search. This time, they're not leaving until they know for certain whether someone is being held inside. The knock at the door takes time again, but when Delonte finally appears, his demeanor has shifted. He's apologetic now, almost friendly. "Sorry for not letting you in earlier. "Bro, sorry for my attitude," he says.
You sure? Yeah, sure. Sorry for not letting you in earlier, bro. Sorry for my attitude, okay?
It's all good.
Give me 5 seconds. Meet me back there. All y'all. All right.
He invites him in through the back door, seemingly cooperative. But as officers begin to move around to the rear of the house, one officer stays behind at the front. And that's when he hears it. Loud movements, heavy dragging sounds coming from inside. Something or someone is being moved. The police enter the home and head straight for the basement. They're thorough this time, checking every corner, every space. The basement still appears empty of victims, but there are troubling signs. They find dry blood on surfaces. The house smells of cat urine and neglect. And once again, there's that music playing so loudly it's almost impossible to hear anything else. Officers move through the house systematically. They check the upstairs bedrooms. They look in closets and behind doors. They examine the attic, but there's no sign of anyone being held captive. Yet the officers can't shake the feeling that something is here, something they're missing. And Delante's behavior isn't helping. He's constantly adjusting the music, turning it up whenever officers seem to be listening carefully to the sounds of the house. Finally, one officer has had enough. "Turn the music down," he orders. "Delante refuses." "I want to turn the music up," he says. The officer's patience runs out. "Put some handcuffs on. Turn the music off." With the threat of arrest, Delante complies.
He stabbed her in the right arm, and he beat her so bad she couldn't open her eyes. But Gilly said he kept feeding her crack to keep her alive, and he beat her for 3 hours and then murdered her.
The music stops, and in the sudden silence, they hear it. Voices, movement, sounds that don't match an empty house. The sound are coming from the front porch. Officers remember those dragging sounds from earlier when they moved from the front to the back of the house.
Punched on her, slapped on her. Okay. Punched on her, slapped on her, moved from the basement to another room. Fed her, showered her, gave her some water, put a blanket over her. I'm just telling you the truth, bro.
No, that's fine.
Was I No.
Okay.
Was that what you about to ask me?
No,
I thought you were about to ask me.
no, like, were you giving her drugs and stuff like that?
Why would I give her my drugs?
Someone or something was being moved while they were repositioning. They shine their flashlights toward the front porch area, looking carefully at every shadow, every object. And then they see it, a large plastic storage container, the kind you might use for seasonal decorations or old clothes.
It's cool, and I'm working with you guys.
All right, but we still have to do
Guys,
we still have to follow up.
Before I'm dead, before the end of the day.
Well, my sergeant asked you before. Can we just look in the basement and we'll be on our way?
No, you guys cannot go in my house.
All right, well.
No, I'm not letting you guys in my house. I'm sorry.
All right,
No, dude.
all right.
You're about to get me killed out this.
But why are you acting this way?
You understand why I'm acting?
But this container is different. This container is moving slightly, and there are sounds coming from inside it. "Where you at?" An officer calls out. "Police." They move quickly toward the container, pulling away whatever is covering it. What they find inside will haunt them for the rest of their careers. It's a woman, elderly, folded into a space barely large enough to contain her body.
Call and give this specific address and even say the one with the red door. Doesn't that sound weird? Now, if we go away and something happened, now we're all in trouble.
I understand
All right.
that. I understand where you're coming from. People.
And what do you think? What would Detective Smith tell you right now?
To be cool, calm, and collected, and let them know what's going on, and hopefully they leave when they tell you.
I know,
when
but
you tell them
tell
what's
him
going
the
on.
whole story about everything else that
I'm gonna
happened.
tell him, bro. I'm
She's conscious but barely responsive. She's been stabbed. She's been beaten, and she can't move. "How old are you?" an officer asks. Her voice is weak, strained, 60. She identifies herself as Cheryl. When asked if she's injured, her response is devastating.
punched on her, slapped on her, punched on her, slapped on her. Okay. Punched on her, slapped on her, moved from the basement to another room. Fed her, showered her, gave her some water, put a blanket over her. I'm just telling you the truth, bro.
No, that's fine.
Was I? No.
Okay.
Was that what you about to ask me?
No,
"I'm paralyzed." The officers immediately call for emergency medical services, but they're afraid to move her, afraid of causing more damage to her broken body. "How long have you been here?" they ask. Her answer, "I don't know. I hurt." The scene is chaotic now. Delonte is being escorted out of the house in handcuffs as EMTs rush in to help Cheryl.
I got to say, I am a confidential informant. You guys have been here for too long. Please leave, look at my address, look at my name, and take it from there. That's all I gotta say.
I'm gonna plug it in real quick.
Please.
Check your truck out.
Like,
We'll stand out front.
the truck is in my fiance's name. The truck is gonna pop up.
Officers are trying to assess whether there might be other victims hidden somewhere in the home. They conduct another thorough search, but find no one else. Cheryl is carefully removed from the container and transported to the hospital in critical condition.
Will you listen? Can you listen for 2 seconds? Listen, even if we run you, I don't know what you look like.
You tripping, bro?
I don't know what you look like.
Man, you tripping? Everybody know my house.
Sir, what's the first thing you said to me when I knocked on the door? What's the first thing you said to me when I knocked on the door?
What do you want?
No.
What was the first thing I said to you?
The full extent of her injuries is staggering. Swelling to the brain, broken ribs, a collapsed lung, multiple spinal fractures.
Tell y'all.
Who's the detective?
I can't give you that. Leave and go do your homework.
Don't call me names.
I'm sorry, sir.
That's not nice.
I'm sorry.
There's no reason you need to be disrespectful to me because I was nice to you the whole time.
Sir, I deeply apologize. But
all right.
I'm worked up.
Honest to God, we can make all this go. We can make all this go away.
My life is on the line.
We can make this all go away.
She's placed on a ventilator and dialysis. Her condition is listed as declining and critical. Back at the house, investigators work through the night, documenting every detail of the scene. They find zip ties.
He says he was working for and begged police to leave, warning them that his life could be in danger.
My life is on the line.
Who's on the line? All you had to do was talk to us. You're the one who came outside.
Y'all don't know what's going on, baby boy. That's all I'm saying.
Listen,
I got
once
drug
again,
dealers and everything that drive past here, and I got 5 cars out here. I'm trying to tell you, I work for you guys.
They find evidence of confinement in multiple locations. The house tells a story of prolonged torture and imprisonment. But the full story won't come out until they sit down with Delonte Edmund Geiger the following day. 24 hours after his arrest, Delonte confesses to detectives with shocking casualness.
You're about to get me killed out this.
Why are you acting this way?
You understand why I'm acting this way, dude? No.
I really don't because it's
I
like
have 5 cops out here, bro.
All right, but
and
you
I'm
only
a
had
confidential informant. And
He admits holding Cheryl for a week and a half, but claims he had no choice. She knew he was a police informant and would expose him on the streets. His paranoia began during a traffic stop 5 days earlier. When police let Cheryl go without searching her, he became convinced she'd set him up. So when she returned to his house, he decided she couldn't leave. What followed was systematic torture, beatings, stabbings, waterboarding.
Well, that's an answer.
that's it.
Well, then we still have to follow up on it.
There's nothing going on, sir.
All right, but do you understand our point?
I understand your point. You're asking
If
me
we just walk away and somebody actually is there, what are we going to do?
Well, that's what you guys are going to have to do because I'm not letting you inside.
So do you see where the problem lies?
No, there is no problem.
We don't just write, he said it's cool, and we leave.
He broke a TV over her head and forced her to write, "I am a snitch," repeatedly. He even fed her drugs to help her endure the pain. When police first came, he hid her upstairs. When they returned, he stuffed her in a container on the porch, blasting music to cover her cries. Throughout the interrogation, he shows no remorse.
Her right arm, and he beat her so bad she could open her eyes. But when Kilby said he kept feeding her crack to keep her alive, and he beat her for 3 hours and then murdered her.
Front to the back.
Where you at?
Where you at, man?
Always at my house smoking though. Okay. So I take care of everybody on the streets. All the thing. If I didn't hold her for like 2 days and tell her let her know what was going on, I'm gonna kill her.
Only concerned about whether his police handler will bail him out. He genuinely believes he'll be freed to continue his informant work. He has no idea his bond will be set.
Punched on her, slapped on her, tell her to punched on her, slapped on her, punched on her, slapped on her. Okay. Punched on her, slapped on her, moved her from the basement to another room. Fed her, showered her, gave her some water, put a blanket over her. I'm just telling you the truth, bro.
No, that's fine.
Was I No. Okay.
At $750,000. Cheryl Cyrus survived, but her life was forever destroyed.
No, that's not.
So what do you mean?
So they're not going to let this go.
Bro, listen.
So either today, tomorrow, the next day, in the next 5 minutes, you're going to continuously have these problems. And if we have to call Detective Smith and say, hey, do you think this guy would have a girl tied up in his basement?
He's going to say no.
Is he?
100.
The injuries inflicted upon her left her 98% paralyzed, unable to care for herself, dependent on others for every basic need. When she was finally able to speak to detectives, she confirmed the horror of what had happened.
That's kind of
I
how that
understand
works.
what you're saying, but what I am saying.
And then most confidential informants don't come screaming out the back door, I'm a confidential informant, do they?
Dude, listen, but what I'm saying, I'm going to let you guys.
Delonte, who had been her drug dealer, turned on her without warning. He accused her of being a narc, an informant who had betrayed him. For days, she endured torture that should have killed her. She begged him to stop. She promised she would never tell. But he continued. 6 months after his arrest, Delonte Edmund Geiger appeared in court for sentencing. Cheryl attended, using what little strength she had to face the man who destroyed her life. She recounted the days of horror, the pain that never stops, the life she'll never get back. Delonte pleaded guilty to multiple charges: felonious assault, kidnapping, possessing a weapon under disability, and tampering with evidence.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to.
You didn't.
I didn't have to come outside.
You didn't.
You know, so I could have let you knock. But I'm an honest man.
All right.
I want to let you guys know what's
But
going
you
on.
have to understand, though, we wouldn't have just knocked and left and said nothing.
But y'all would
We'd
have been
have had to
knocking
follow.
for
No. Somebody else would have showed up, or somebody more policemen would have.
The judge's words at sentencing were profound. I've never seen an offense like this in my time on the bench. He sentenced Delonte Edmund Geiger to 16 to 20 years in prison. His expected release date is April 2039. He's currently incarcerated at the Trumbull Correctional Institution.
There's some blood right here. There's some blood, like dried blood.
And then finally,
Police.
where he will spend the next decade and a half paying for what he did. This case serves as a reminder of the dedication of law enforcement officers who trust their instincts even when evidence is scarce.
Overreacted, but God, I just started working for you guys, so like this here.
Well, why would somebody? Okay, then tell us this.
I don't know
why
why.
would somebody call and give this specific address and even say the one with the red door? Doesn't that sound weird? Now, if we go away and something happened, now we're all in trouble.
I understand
All right.
that. I understand where you're coming from. People.
And what do you think? What would Detective Smith tell you right now?
To be cool, calm, and collective, and let them know what's going on, and hopefully they leave when they tell you.
I know,
when
but
you tell them
tell
what's
him
going
the
on.
whole story about everything else that
I'm
happened.
Those officers could have walked away after the first visit. The basement was empty. Delonte had an explanation for everything. But something didn't feel right, and they came back. Because they came back, Cheryl Cyrus is alive today. Paralyzed, permanently disabled, but alive. It's a hollow victory in a case with no real winners. Only a survivor and the man who tried to end her life.